Another one in my DJ Khaled voice, man. Kwesi does it again. We bring in another wide receiver. So the Vikings cut Cephas and they bring in Jacob Copeland coming from Florida. He also played some ball in Maryland. I'm going to keep it real, man. To me, it's confusing just on the fact that I feel like the Vikings wide receiver room is the strongest room on our team, but yet it seems like we're being desperate to find another wide receiver. I don't understand. So there must be something going on behind the scenes and in practice and stuff that we as fans just don't know. Like somebody cannot play football out there at the wide receiver position for the Minnesota Vikings because it's looking like a desperate race to find somebody that can fill a void that this team has. Okay, so let's talk about Jacob Copeland. Okay, there's a couple things I do like about him. I'm going to get the things I like about him out the way. I do like the fact that he was a punt returner. He knows how to do kick return. Those are things where, hey, you can always bring value to a football team when you have a guy that can consistently do that at a high level, because that is an important part of the game, not muffing punts, not muffing kicks, holding on to the ball, possession game. That's what football is. So those positions are very important. So maybe he can bring that. I like him better than N'Keal Harry due to the fact that N'Keal Harry has had multiple opportunities to be a wide receiver one, especially being a first-round draft pick. You played for the Patriots and the Bears, two teams that don't have a wide receiver one and haven't had one in a long time, and you couldn't seize that moment. All right, so I know for a fact you ain't coming here with JJ, Addison, and KJ Osborne and think you about to be somebody. It just didn't make sense. Although there probably is a place where Kevin O'Connell can use him in the red zone again. I'm going to say it, right? Football is football, man. There's always a place for somebody, man. You know how they say, man, there's an ass for every seat. So maybe that's the case. But my thing is this, man. What does this say about going for a wide receiver in the first round? Your 23rd pick in the draft, you went for a wide receiver, and then the following weeks and months, you keep bringing in wide receiver after wide receiver. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget, we brought in a wide receiver a couple weeks ago from the XFL. Remember that? Nobody was talking about that. I didn't even do a video on that or talk about that because I'm sick of it, right? And we brought in this guy. We got Lucky Jackson from the XFL. Remember that? You know, like for some reason, Kwesi, boy, he trying to find the next Jerry Rice or something, but we have him. His name's Justin Jefferson, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you keep bringing in wide receivers, to me, it's rubbing me the wrong way. Like, bring in some offensive linemen, some linebackers, and let them just compete until you find and strike gold. You know, like, that's what you do. I'd rather you bring in some guys from the XFL that were guards. You feel me? Bring in some practice squad players that got cut from other teams. So, hey, we'll get to it, though, man. Jacob Copeland, he got released by the Tennessee Titans. Okay, he got released by the Tennessee Titans. He's 24 years old, a little older to be a rookie, but it's okay though. You know, that COVID year did that to these players. A lot of these players are a little on the older side due to the fact that they had to sit out a whole year, so they have an extra year on their age, you know, compared to what we're used to. But let's talk about it, man. We'll talk about his weaknesses. No, let's do this. We'll talk about his strengths first because I like really talking about what players are good at. So he's expected to be an explosive tester, well built with lower body like a running back. Hip bend allows him to snap off intermediate routes, gives physical responses to physical coverage, runs with build-up speed to get deep, athletic in the air, and has foot awareness near the sideline. So those are all things to like. You know what I mean? Like nothing bad there, all things to like. Obviously, those are his strengths. You're supposed to like those, right? Let's talk about some of the weaknesses. All right. Instinct, sorely lacking as a route runner. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's pretty much saying you can't play wide receiver. That's what they should have just put right there, right? Struggles to manipulate coverage with footwork. All right. Gets hung up on route traffic underneath. All right. Drifts into coverage on slants. Doesn't give enough gas getting through routes. All right. Below average tracking and adjusting on deep throws. Like if you were to write a list about what you don't want in a wide receiver, those would be on it. Okay. Those would be on it, man. I mean, listen, let's put it like this, dog. Like the Vikings need to stop going after, don't bring in no more wide receivers. Please. Like, please don't bring in no more wide receivers, Kwesi. I think we good. We got the best wide receiver in the NFL, hands down. You feel me? We got the best wide receiver in the NFL, hands down. We have a first-round draft pick that you spent on a wide receiver that's been showing that he can be that guy. All right. I mean, what's up, man? You cut a wide receiver to bring in another wide receiver. That's probably not going to make the 53-man roster. I mean, that's just the reality of this situation, man. You know, it's bugging me, and I hate doing these because I don't want to seem like the negative fan that's just sick and tired and everything's negative, but it don't make sense. Be real with yourself, man. I'm leaning on my boy Sodak, man. My boy Sodak say Kwesi's not as good of a GM as we think, and he makes ridiculous moves, and it's starting to really like I don't know, man. I'm sticking up for Kwesi though. I'm not jumping off the boat yet. You feel me? Like I'm all the way behind him. I say give him some time, but some of these moves do make you second guess though. Some of these moves do make you second guess. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Copeland, Jacob Copeland, 5'11", 100 and something pounds, you know what I mean? Just a regular guy. We'll see what happens if he can make the team. Hey, some of his little highlights look crazy, man. He got a nice little highlight reel. I ain't watched no film on him, but we see what NFL.com said about him, man. But some of his highlights fire, though. He got some explosive plays. We'll see what happens, man. Let me know how y'all feel down in the comment section. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer. Who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.